Hey everyone, this is Rachel and I am here again with another process video. Today I know you are shocked, still working my way through the sketches that were offered from Scrapbook Generation as part of their monthly, hi Xanthi, as part of their monthly e-zine they put out a couple years ago. I'm working through it with some of my friends that are online on a message board. And this time around, I'm working on a 2-page sketch, but I'm only going to be doing 1 page from that sketch. Here is the sketch. I'm going to be working, yeah, thank you, Xanthi. I'm going to be working with mainly this side of the sketch. I am going to be reworking it a little bit just because obviously this side right here would be awkward left the way it is. So I'm also going to be breaking into my Clique kit that Xanthi is very nicely sitting on right now for the first time as my dog snorts in the background. This is super fun. Really? Okay. So for those of you who enjoy having Xanthi here, enjoy because she's being obnoxious about it. And for those of you who don't, I'm very sorry. This is life with a cat. And this is why I have Swiffers in my house. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead, put you on fast forward, and get you started on this particular layout. All right, folks, see you in a second. Okay, I am once again testing a new video system, so bear with me if this is a little off. I apologize. I'm not used to working with this one, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. So right away, I knew I wanted to use this acorn paper because obviously, if you can see my photos, you see there's a squirrel in the pictures. So obviously the acorn paper was the perfect choice. Now what I'm looking for when I pulled out these photos and I put them on top, I'm like, oh, it would be super cute with that vellum and gold foil piece. That is from Pretty Little Studio. Like that would be perfect. But even though it's actually a quite opaque vellum, I definitely wanted another color in there besides just the white. So I decided to go with this green and teal miniature floral piece, and I think it will look really, really pretty. I am going to do a very thin border. First, I'm going to go ahead and glue them down to the vellum, of course. It would make no sense to do it the other way. Well, I mean, you could have a thin layer of vellum as well. It just wasn't the look I was going for today. I'm going to start using my big trimmer to get all of these vellum pieces down, and then I realized I'm working with small things. It'd probably be a lot easier to go back and work with my little mini trimmer. So once I glue these pieces to this floral piece and trim that 12 by whatever it is down, I'm going to go and work with my little swing line as my dog comes tap dancing in. I try to see if I can fit that across just that one panel of 12 by 12, but 12 by like 3.5. But unfortunately, it's not going to work, so I have to switch to the 12 by 4.5. Try to save as much paper as I can because, it's pretty paper and I might have a use for every square inch of it. So as I said, once I get that down, I am going to go ahead and bring out my little mini trimmer, and I just got that off of Amazon. It was like, I think $13, something like that. And it's just a nice little, when I need to make little cuts, it's just a lot easier for me. So now that I've got that all trimmed up, I'm going to check out some placements going on where exactly I want it. I know that I definitely want to use this paper, so I'm going to go ahead and put all the other papers to the side, as I'm pretty sure I'm going to just do some mixed media on this page and not do any more paper layers, as the paper is pretty busy as it is. So I'm just playing with my 3 photos, and do not worry, I know you guys are looking at these photos going, okay, Rachel, there has to be a story. And trust me, there is a story, and I will get to it, I promise. Sorry, that was the microwave oven going off. My nephew had to heat up some Brussels sprouts. Anyway, moving on, I am pulling out my white gesso because I really do want to tone down this background paper. I love the acorns, but they are a bit much in 12 by 12 size. So instead, we're going to white gesso almost the entire thing, but still where you can see the acorns through. And then we're going to add some mixed media to the top of this. We're going to, I started with my silicone brush, which comes from Prima Art Basics. I picked up at Michael's. And I'm going to be using this Tim Holtz stencil with its plaid, and then I'm going to mix two colors together. They're both dazzlers. One is leafy greens, and the other one is called See You in the Morning. And I'm kind of mixing it together, and in the end, to me, it's kind of looking like super shiny alligator hide. Which, I don't know, it looked cute in the end. You don't see a whole ton of the mixed media. It's just kind of poking out from beneath the photos. So I just really wanted something slightly lighter than the actual color of those leafy greens. Once I finish that, I'm going to take my heat gun out and dry that up. And you don't really see that because I skipped ahead. But now I'm going to add some mixed media in Mango Tango, Jenny B Blue, and Velveteen Green. I'm going to mist with those three colors. Then I'm going to pull my heat tool out again, although I think I skipped over that once again. A lot of this I kind of cut in and out of just because sometimes I'd let it dry for a little bit and then I'd take my heat tool to it if it hadn't dried after a bit. But once, oh, see, I did take my heat tool on camera. There you go. I'm going to skip ahead now, and I'm going to take the Mango Tango and do some of the packaging technique with it, just right around where the stenciling is. And this is one that you definitely can't see a lot. I really should have taken the photos over to it to make sure you could see it, but it's okay. I love the way it looks in the end, so not going to complain. One more round with the heat tool, and now I'm going to take this. Once I get all of this set and I know where everything is going, I'm going to kind of once again play with my photos, make sure they look okay. I don't want any weird holes in the middle of my layout or everything or anything. And I'm happy with the way things are looking, but my page is very crunkly. So at the end, while I'm doing my journaling, I'm going to take my page and put it underneath my mat. My mat's quite heavy and it helps flatten things out. So I'm going to go ahead and get these down. And like I do whenever I use mixed media, gesso, texture paste, anything like that, I always do two versions of adhesive. I lay down some ATG just to get it to stick initially, but I find with the mixed media and the gesso, it doesn't stick permanently. It just tends to pop right off. So I also use my liquid glue, which is just tacky glue, Scotch tacky glue from Michael's. And because of the gesso, it needs the ATG for that initial stick, but it's the liquid glue that keeps it there permanently. It just, because the gesso, it takes longer for the liquid glue to dry. So now I've pulled out some embellishments. I have that word dream that came in my kit, and that is from Maggie Holmes Carousel. I have those epoxy hearts. Those are from Bella Blvd. And then I have those cork hearts, which I don't think I end up using. Those actually didn't come in my kit. They came as a separate purchase from Clique Kits, and those are from Pretty Little Studio. In our kit, we did receive the Pebbles Girl Squad ephemera pack, and I'm going to pull out several of those that I think will work. Those frames come into play because I have a lot of journaling, so I thought that would be great to use those for. And I'm just pulling a couple other things, that ampersand, the word yay, and that ticket that says thank you. So I've pulled all the embellishments I think might work for this layout. And I know I want to work with a larger title, so I didn't pull a ton of embellishments out. Wow, word. I just say the word embellishments and then I forget it. Because I'm awesome like that. So I really wanted to use that word dream. So I also want to use the big foam words that came from the Girl Squad collection. They came in the kit, obviously. I said this is the first time I worked with this kit, and those look like they've been used a lot. That's because I actually already owned them. So I just put the two of them together so that way I could work with both, work from my older alphas first. So I'm going to use the word celebrate there. And then right under that, I'm going to add the word dream. And then I'm going to pull out these Webster's Pages tile alphas in like the mini ones, and I'm going to use that to finish off that little part of my, it's not my entire title, but part of my title, which is Celebrate the Dream. And then I'm going to continue it with those Webster's Pages with the word or. And to finish off my title, I'm going to pull out these, I believe they're hazel. They come from the One Canoe 2 Creekside collection. They are a gold foil foam. They're a gold foil, thin layer of chipboard. Underneath there is foam. So my entire title is Celebrate the Dream or Live the Nightmare. So after this, I am going to go into my journaling. And it's a long story. So I will tell it to you as I've pre-written it down, but I'm going to copy it obviously much nicer onto these. I'm going to take these two white frames and put some white cardstock in the middle of them and write out my journaling in that. I have this larger scrap of white cardstock. So basically what happened is my housemate and I had gone grocery shopping. We came back and we were gonna sit back down and watch something on TV. And all of a sudden there was this rustling noise from outside the window right behind where I sit. And we're both very confused. And my housemate's like, oh my gosh, is someone trying to break in? And I'm like, but there's a giant bush outside that window. How on earth would someone break in? So I grab for the blinds and I yank them all the way up, because if there is a person out there, I hope to startle them. And we are shocked to see this poor little squirrel hanging on our window outside, and it is terrified. We were surmising there's a branch that goes out over our house, and we are assuming that he fell, and he was so terrified by falling, he did not look down to see that, in all honesty, he was only about 6 feet off the ground. At this point, he was just so scared. He wouldn't look down. He wouldn't let go. He just kept hanging on and holding on. And the minute I opened the blinds, the cat ran up because Xanthi adores the windows and would adore it if we kept the windows open all year round. And like she's an indoor cat. She's only been outdoors once on a leash. She did not care for that. So she is a indoor cat, so she's never seen a squirrel up close. She's seen them running throughout the yard, but not at, a foot's distance between glass. So she is staring at it and tilting her head back and forth, and as you can see, I got some really cute photos of her just looking at the squirrel and then looking back going, what the heck is that? And so it was really, really great. And so I we were trying to like encourage him from inside, speaking English to a squirrel because squirrels understand English. Go ahead, just jump off. It's fine. Go ahead. You're gonna make it. You'll be okay. And obviously that was not working. So finally I said I'm gonna go outside and see if I can if for some reason once I go outside, if he does not jump off in terror, I will see if I can get him to scoot if I go close to him. But of course, I grab a broom because if for some reason he doesn't jump off and I need to kind of whack at him, I'm not going to do so with my hand because I'm not crazy. So what I do is I go and I grab our broom. Now, the second I step outside and come around, because the way it's set up is my back porch. Once you come off my back porch, you can see that window. So once I stepped off that window, his fear of falling so greatly overcame his fear of the large hairless creature coming towards him with the big stick that he leapt off the windowsill and kind of did the thing, where you think there's an extra step, so you step and you kind of like freeze for a second. So he did that kind of on the ground, and then he realized, oh God, oh goodness, I'm fine. So he then ran up the tree. So it's just one of the funniest things that's happened to us, just randomly throughout, happening on a weekend type thing. All right, so I finished my journaling on those 2 frames, and I was trying to be pretty neat with it. As you can see, I had pre-written it during a boring part of a meeting at my work. I have these meetings that don't actually have anything to do with my job, but I have to sit there for the 10-minute portion that is part of my job. So I use that time and pre-journaling some things. So once again, because it's going on the gesso, I'm using a mix of ATG and liquid glue, and it's the same Scotch tacky glue. And now I'm going to embellish. I first start with trimming off the speech bubble to that die cut yay, because if you know me, not a big fan of the speech bubble. And then I'm going to add that thank you ticket and then the ampersand. All 3 of those are die cuts from the Girl Squad ephemera pack. I'm going to also add that floral flare that came in my Clique kit. I was congratulating myself on managing to get through floral flare that I forgot the words Clique kit. Okay, then that suede bow that is from the Paige Evans Take Me Away collection, and then I complete the ephemera section with the black epoxy hearts from Bella Blvd. I am going to do a couple more things. First, I am going to go get some enamel dots, and I pull out these pink and blue ones, and they are just some generic ones from Peachy Cheap or something like that. I'm going to add 3 sets of 3, 2 in this pink color, and then 1 more in the upper right hand corner in that medium blue color that actually matches those bluish acorns quite perfectly. I was happy I managed to find this particular pack of colors. And then I'm going to bend it out a little bit more. Once I get it in my page protectors, it'll be absolutely fine. Now at the last second, I'm just making sure I've got everything, and I see this little cell phone, and I'm like, you know what, this would be super cute because it says hello, which is what I'm sure Xanthi was like, hello there, creature. And plus, I was taking photos on my cell phone, and my housemate was taking photos on her cell phone, so it was kind of perfect. And then I'm going to finish layout off with some Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine, because obviously it needs more mixed media and more stuff altogether. That is going to be it for me today. Thank you guys so much. I did manage to spill a little bit of the color shine on my photo, but it comes up pretty easily. All right, folks, as I said, this is it for me today. Please excuse me if there's any watermarks or anything on this due to me testing out a program. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and have a great day, everyone. Bye. There you go. All done. Yay.